I first want to thank the committee for having patience. I think a lot of us were hoping to start to have the beginning of maps produced the last committee week, which is a few weeks ago. The amount of work that goes into producing the maps that we're going to go over today and have been released is tremendous. And I first want to thank our staff just for putting in the long hours that it's taken to do this job. They've worked extremely hard, and I think we have a product here that I'll talk to you about. So Alex, led by Alex Kelly, thank you for your work, and we appreciate you guys getting us prepared for today. I also think that when you talk about the importance of these maps, that taking our time was important. This process, this journey has started all the way up into the beginning of this year when this committee was formed, and public testimony across the state, and we are now in the process where we are making maps, and soon we're going to be in the process where votes will be taken. And so we have a long way to go, but I think we've made a lot of progress. Likewise, I think that what we have today, I believe that we have maps that are different variations of maps, but maps that are legal and maps that are very compliant to what we've been asked to do at the federal and state level. Likewise, we are very open to making these maps better between now and the time that we pass them during session. So let me say at the outset that the maps that you see here today, as they are workshopped this week on Thursday and studied over the next few weeks, I'm very open to making changes, I'm very open to making improvements, and I'm very open to making these maps better. Regardless of whether it's congressional, state house, or Senate maps, every member of the House is welcome to propose an amendment if they wish. And every member of the public is welcome to communicate with us about how they think we can improve these maps. Now, the test to passing an amendment is going to be extremely clear. Any amendment that any member of this body would offer, or a member of this committee would offer, has to make the maps more compliant with state and federal redistricting standards. So what I want to make sure everybody understands is we are welcome to amendments. We hope that there will be improvements to this map, but they have to be shown to be improvements to the legal compliance that we've set forth and said that we would follow, and we have followed. So with that said, at approximately noon today, we published 7 options for the congressional map and 5 options for the House map. They are available on the web. Most of you have probably seen them. You can go to floridaredistricting.org or myfloridahouse.gov. Those options are also in your packets that you have before you for you to view. Your packet is essentially a guide to each one of these options. We've already published this packet on the floridaredistricting.org website for the millions and millions of viewers around the world who are interested in this. That was a joke, you're allowed to laugh. In the guide, you will also find, for each redistricting map, there is an overview page that details some of the broader metrics for these plans, how many counties, how many cities were kept whole, etc. For each map, you will also find a district-by-district summary of the population and the demographic data. For each map, you will also find a regional map. In your meetings later this week, the subcommittees will workshop maps and go into a much greater detail than what we will do today. What I wanted to do today is to cover some basic points, to see if any of our subcommittee chairs have any comments, and then open it up to any questions or answers that a few of the members from the committee may have. However, I'd like to make a few points about these maps. The first is, I think that our subcommittee chairs have given good direction to our staff in making sure that these maps correspond to the law first and foremost, to the public input, and also to the discussions that have occurred so far in our subcommittees. Second, I believe that these options demonstrate a commitment to the basic notion of not doing this process, the redistricting process, the way that it has been done in the past. Third, I think that as you look at these maps over the next few days, you will dive into the details in your subcommittee. And I think that you'll find that a lot of the effort has gone into making sure that these maps meet the standards in the law in a way that can be translated to real people and in plain language. For example, all summer long, we heard from people who wanted their legislators to serve in smaller, more county-based, more city-based districts, and in order that they can focus on a few needs rather than struggling to serve many counties and many cities. I think several of these maps accomplish that goal. Fourth, everyone here and everyone back home has at least 1 month between now and the earliest that the subcommittee possibly could vote on these maps. I expect the subcommittees to target a vote around the first week of session. So you have an entire month to share with these maps with your constituents, to meet with me, the subcommittee chairs, to work with their staff, or to just use the My District Builder to ponder ways to improve maps. I will make myself available to anyone. I will make special trips to Tallahassee or anywhere else to meet with anyone on this committee or anyone in the chamber that wishes to meet and talk about the maps. I want to make that clear. With that said, I'm going to take a couple of moments to visually walk everyone through how you can access these maps from the web, both today and in the future. So Katie Crowfoot, who's with us and is helping us in the office and doing a wonderful job, she's in front of the computer. Katie, if you could, first things first, you'll see at the top of the page buttons that link you to the social media sites. I think everybody sees that, the Facebook icons and Twitter and YouTube and such. And then Katie, if you'd scroll down to the bottom of the page, you'll see that our mailing address, phone, fax, and email address is all there at the bottom. So all the same ways people have been communicating with us thus far can still communicate with us this way. Scrolling back up to the My District Builder, Katie, which is there on the right. My District Builder is still up and running for any members who want to utilize it, and I think most people on this committee are familiar with that process. If you look down into the Public Input button, that's where you can see all the written and map submissions by the public, and you can also blog about the options that we release here today. And then last, but probably most pertinent to what we are doing today, is the Redistricting Bills button. Katie, why don't you click on that button for us real quick? Okay. If you've not seen this page before, it's a link to the myfloridahouse.gov website where all the options will be listed. And as these options become PCBs, then formal bills, and possibly amendments, the data and supporting information for all of those will be listed here and will be updated very regularly. Of course, if you feel like you're technically challenged like I do, you're always welcome to reach out to our staff, and many of you I know have already been working on that.